YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. This is going to be episode 2 of the TV Talk podcast with TKK. I appreciate you guys coming along for this. This is a new journey, as I said, episode 2, and I want to spend some time talking about a couple of different things that may have transpired over the last week or two. I haven't gotten to a place where I have a consistent schedule with this, but as things come up, we'll discuss them, giving you my perspective, my truth about the different topics and maybe content that has blessed us over the last week or two. There's been some great things happening, and I want to talk about it. We're going to have timestamps down in the description, okay? So this is going to be just kind of a, a freestyle type of video, just like it was. If you haven't seen the first episode, be sure to check it out, right? So just something new bringing to you for the channel. Hopefully you guys are doing great. If you happen to be new to this, I am TKK. That stands for the King, Kindred, or Tournament Known Killer, as I used to compete in arcade Street Fighter play. I got a couple of sit-down Japanese style cabinets. The blue and white one is called a Vulix. That orange one is called an Orange Diamond. All right, so let's just get into some of the different things that have been taking place, man. First of all, I've got a Samsung S95B that's going to be coming to the channel, man. I'm very excited. I'm shooting this content on the 25th of November right now, and I've got a TV coming in a day or two. And man, let me tell you, I got this thing at an amazing deal, and I made content about it. I did. I kind of, put a tester out there just to talk to you guys about what TV you might have thought I was getting. I thought I was onto something. I thought I was delivering something to the community by sharing that I bought this TV for a very cheap price. Under $700, I was able to get a 55-inch S95B. So that's going to be a Gen 1 quantum dot OLED panel. Phenomenal TV, especially for the price. And so we do still have one of those. Now, there's some things I want to discuss within this. So obviously we'll make content. We'll do unboxing. I might have made 50 S95B videos. Maybe not exactly 50, but probably around 20 something. I don't know the exact number. I should have did the research, and I don't feel like doing it now. But I made quite a bit of content about it. I talked about my disbelief in the Samsung community. Keeping in mind, I'm only 2.5 years into this content creating journey with televisions. And so, I've run into a lot of fanboyism, which you can like whatever brand you want to like. It's just that when the dialogue gets delusional and becomes offensive, or at least the effort, because it's not about it penetrating me. It's not like a gunshot, right? But it's just more so when you see a person with, and you can tell, you can just look at the text, right? You can look at what they're saying, and you can tell that, hey, man, this person is actually trying to be offensive. And that's not just for Samsung, but it's still new to me. But anyway, let me get back to the point. It's great TV going to be coming to the channel. And, I thought I was just giving you guys a great deal, and it sold out everywhere. I bought this TV from Best Buy. And so I told Plasma TV, and I had a couple of people hit me up like, hey, man, I went such and such, and just sold out. And then I went and tried to buy another one, not for the sake of me actually buying it, but I'm like, hold on, let me just check and see. All gone, man. So I'm really excited to bring that to you guys. Even though it's not a deal everybody can take advantage of, I don't see how you can beat that TV. That probably just ended up being like one of the best opportunities. And I know I've read some stuff where I've seen some people get some really good deals on a TV or a sound bar, but man, I just don't see that being beat. Now, the flip side to this being really positive is that I invested into a warranty on this TV. Now, this TV is valued at $1,700. That's the retail. So the way the warranty stipulations work are that if my TV goes out in, let's say, 3 years, then I'll be looking at getting whatever the comparable value is. Right now, the comparable value of an S95B, if it was to go defective, would be the S94BD, which is about $1,700. Or S90C, which is around the same price too, or cheaper now actually. But, yeah. So, I mean, it comes out to be a good investment. And so I've been asked the question, why go back? Why get that TV? And it's just because it was a great deal. It's going to make more content. We're going to get it back into rotation so I can revisit it. And so that's definitely a hot topic that took place over the last week. All right, man. So over the last week and a half, man, I've been watching, like I always do, when I get free time, checking out, the YouTube community, seeing what's going on. And we're gonna just talk briefly about Quantum TV, okay? So I'm subscribed to everybody, and I've openly admitted that, and I like doing that, and especially utilizing a piece of this type of content for me to express like what I'm seeing, because I can criticize not as like a competitor on YouTube. We all make the same kind of content, but I can criticize, and I can be vocal about just like from my lens, my view, my optics, if you will, just as like a viewer, as someone that supports. Because when you subscribe, when you like, when you comment, that's essentially what you're doing. You are helping that creator get better by leaving constructive criticism and so forth. And yeah, I'm subscribed to him and others, right? But Quantum is still kind of like bashing on the S95, or not bashing, but comparing the S95B with the A95L. It's an interesting perspective on the TV. Okay, we talked about it last week, or when we did the last podcast episode, and at the time he was covering like motion, and the basis of his content is really just around the comparisons of that TV versus like what his main driver is, which is the S95B. Ironically, I determined that, I would talk about this because I just said that I bought an S95B in the first transition after the expectations of this podcast. And then here we are now talking about this. And it kind of ties in because, I'm about to get back into personally owning one of the two TVs that he's comparing, right? So I do have the A95L. I've been extremely vocal about how pleased I am with the TV. There isn't enough wrong with the TV for me to try to go out and point fingers at what I don't like. However, I will be making some content talking about the things I don't like about it, just like I've done with all my other TVs, right? So I just concluded like a 2-month review of the TV, and so that's on the channel. But speaking to his latest content around comparing the TVs, it was on the side of audio, which was a little interesting to me. And so that's something cool to talk about. But, it's like I said, man, I believe truly that the average consumer that will go after the A95L or A95K last year is just a continuation. I believe that most will invest in some type of external audio. I just believe it to be true. It's not the penny pinch TV, obviously. And I feel like if it's a TV that you were recommended, then in some cases, if not most cases, that whoever recommended you the TV, they're going to talk to you about that. So if you've gone to some sales place some business where you've got a salesman that's capable to talk about and articulate like the value of that TV, they're probably going to still talk to you about some type of, additional attachments going with the TV. So like a sound bar. Not as to say that audio on the TV doesn't matter, but the TV does have specific features that other TVs just don't. Like it has the ability to kind of be used as a separate center. And, I personally feel as if like you're going to cover the basis of what audio is for the TV, then you should be looking at that as a feature set. The A95L, I found it to be true that it is truly the TV that you would incorporate into like, a complete package, be it a sound bar or like I have a 5.2 system. It is the TV that you can put into that area where if you don't have a dedicated center, it can act as that center. Now, I'm not saying that people will buy this TV and will not want to care about how the audio sounds. It's just that the basis of and the foundation of his content around the TV has been more messy than it has been helpful. And I'm just saying that as someone that has viewed it. Like if I wasn't a day one early adopter with the A95L, if I didn't kind of have my mind made up, I would absolutely hate the TV. And that's really what I'm talking about here. That type of review or this series of reviews for this product has just collectively, in all totality, to me, felt like more of a bash on it. That's kind of what I started off saying, but I didn't want to kind of lead into with that than it has been reviewing the product for all its entirety, right? The Sony tax is real, the products cost, and I'm pretty sure that people are aware of that. And like I said, the 77-inch of this TV sold out. Like, you can't buy it, right? That probably will change soon, but you can't buy it. So that speaks a lot of volume to the clientele base. People are not afraid to spend 5Gs on a 77-inch TV if they feel it's going to be optimal, right? But that's pretty much what's been going on with Quantum. Not much other foundation in the space of TVs. The more I try to dive into his content, the more it just seems like it's more so controversial than anything else. Like I said, it's kind of the method of delivery is more of let me go in the opposite direction of whatever seems to be the popular vote. So haven't been really helpful there. It's just been more like, I can only watch a portion of it before it's just like, it seems like, he's just let me go into it with the intentions of hating it. I don't know. Like I said, he just recently posted the final video. And again, it was kind of like, at least the thumbnail was having both of the TVs. Like, the whole basis has been that versus the S95B, which, again, I got it coming to the channel. So I'm actually going to be interested in putting it where I have the A95L so I can kind of do my own tests, hooking them both up to my dinner receiver. So there'll be more coming on that. Let's go to the next thing. All right, man. So exciting news, man. And I teased this with you guys on my community tab a couple of days ago. I am going to CES 2024. I'm really excited for this opportunity for me to be able to experience everything that goes with this. And so I wanted to take a little bit of time to just kind of talk about that, because there'll be more content coming from a vlogging perspective. I'm going to try to make it as fun as I can with me talking about like what I would pack for it and how the trip was. So I really want to make it an experience for people that are just on the other side of the tracks. Maybe you're not interested in getting into a career of content creating, and you're not even interested in seeing like an expo like that. You probably are fine with just finding out information when you find it out, or using sources like myself or the many other men or women on YouTube that create content talking about things. Well, me, because I do really want to get on the journalist side of this, like this is it's more than just I buy stuff, let me show it off. It's like I really want to get closer to that, right? So I'm really excited for the fact that I'll be able to meet other people that make the kind of content that I do. It's not about if it's better content or worse content. We're all individuals and got our own style and unique formula. But I'm excited to be able to get around people like Tech with KG, FOMO, dare I say HD TV Test Vincent if he's there, if I get to see him. I don't know who will be there. Caleb, if I get an opportunity to meet him. I don't know, man. I'm just excited to see what this will bring and what this experience will be like, man. Just to be able to get in a room with these people, shake some hands, and just kind of pick their brain, right? Because I'm ready to hit another level with my channel, and it's not about subscribers. Like, I've given up, not given up, but I've changed my thought process on what success looks like. For me, success does not look like having 2 million subscribers, which who wouldn't want that, right? I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but success for me looks like me actually putting out a quality body of work, right? Me putting thought and purpose into it, me having some real foundation to be able to stand on. So that means elevating like my knowledge. It has to go beyond TKK just buying some fly ass TVs and talking about them. It needs to go to a point where I can get deeper into educating myself to be able to teach you guys the fundamentals behind what I look at and how I review products. And that's what's most important for me, right? It's each one teach one. So I'm excited to announce that I'll be going there, man. You can use this platform, or, you can hit me up on the community tab where I shared that, or in the coming months videos, if there's things that you think you would want me to share. I kind of have like thought out what I want to do. Like, I'm already trying to set it up to see like, hey, if I'm able to stream the night of, I don't know if I'll be able to talk about certain things, but I'm prepared to shoot a busload of content there and have some great times. Now, I'm not looking to make this so much a external social event, but I am definitely looking at this as a business trip for me to be able to take a lot from it and to motivate myself and to create a lot of content that I'm not even going to shoot for you guys. Like, I'm prepared to shoot content so that I can look at and review just for me to get better. That's how much I'm really excited about this. So I wanted to share that experience with you guys, and I wanted to tell you thank you. Without the support, without you viewing, liking, hitting me in the algorithm for whatever it's been worth, I wouldn't be there. I seriously wouldn't be there. I do have a membership on the channel. I am trying to use this to run it as a business. If you want to support me in any way, hey man, it helps. But so far, it's been all off my own hustle, my own hard work, me just buying the stuff, keeping it real with you guys. But definitely more information to come on the CES 2024 trip. All right, man, this is a big one. This is a big one, dude. All right, so Vincent of HDTV Tests had just concluded his, I'm going to say annual, because I know this happened with the A95K, and I really wasn't involved into watching other content creators as much the year prior, right? But last year, I know he did the blind test. This year, he did the blind test. Now, I know watching this video this year that just released a couple of days, yesterday, actually, he said, hey, gave a thanks to or congratulations to Sony for winning his shootout 3 years in a row. So I'm not sure if, it was blind test. But in any event, the A95L has won the blind test from HD TV Test. Vincent, phenomenal YouTuber, content creator, just extremely knowledgeable to the space and the science behind reviewing products, TVs specifically, being a professional calibrator, being a teacher of others to calibrate. That's what I'm saying. The one thing I admire about the body of work is the fluidity as to how he executes and how when he talks, he's very confident to it. Obviously, you can have different takes when you're shooting videos. You shoot over and shoot over and shoot over. This isn't a do-over type of video, but when you're producing a masterpiece of a video, you have as many times as you need to shoot it and edit it and so forth. But summarizing the information the way that he does, just absolutely phenomenal. Now, some interesting talking points to a blind test are that basically you have whatever TVs that are going to be involved in the shootout, which is a healthy comparison, a competition, if you will, just like Value Electronics did some months ago, right? But they pretty much go the extra distance to make sure that like menu isn't seen, OS isn't seen, the content is just purposely just put to the test and where it needs to be, right? The bezels and such like that are covered, so you're not able to look at this and say, oh, well, yeah, that's a G3. Oh, yeah, that's for sure S95C. Oh, that's an A95L. Like, you can't look at any of those and physically be able to tell, like, which is which. It's literally like a blind, right? And I think it's a phenomenal way to go about judging that, especially having like professional judges, people that are trained to look at reference content and to be able to talk to you about like the baseline functionalities of the TV, how it handles motion, how it handles color, how it handles skin tones and textures and things of that sort. Just an absolute amazing event to take place. Now, I know that there was a blind test in, I believe it was Germany. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And we talked about this in my last podcast that I did, episode 1. And, you know, that one had all the TVs closed, just like every shootout has had. One thing to keep in mind, guys, all of these have been extremely close from an overall judge's perspective. Now, this has been from different people. Will tell you, hey, man, listen, they look a little bit different, but they all look really good. They all grade very well. So no TV is kicking the absolute snot out of another. But it has been clear by many people on their different platforms that the Sony A95L appears to be the overall favorite from a vast majority than not of the community and the enthusiasts and the professionals that have seen the TV in person next to these other opportunities. G3, S95C, A95L. People have picked the king, the legend. The TV is just absolutely phenomenal. And I enjoyed the bit of content that was created around that. I definitely encourage you to deep dive into that. As I was doing on the first video, I don't really want to speak much about the the all the bullet points within that video, but I think it's worth checking out. And I believe that it'll really help you with some context and foundation as to what's going to be the right pick for you. Because when you see TVs that are so close in margin financially, do you jump for the newest one? That's the best, right? Or do you just wait a little bit for it to become cheaper? Or do you just go with like number 2, number 3? Well, what I'll tell you is whether you're spending $2,000 for a TV or $5,000 for a TV, TVs are not a necessity. So $2,000 is a lot of money, just like $5,000 is a lot of money. Using those numbers as examples. But keep in mind, some people will feel like, hey, yeah, $5,000 is too much. $2,000 I can afford, I want to do. This type of testing helps you to make that decision. Now, you do also get some people that feel like, you know what? $2,000 is still a lot. I want a best if I'm going to go that best, and I might make an executive decision to save more, be willing to spend a little bit more, maybe cut out on certain other different things and invest in a TV. It's just a great performance that what that competition brought to us, man. The one in Germany had me a little confused with the gaming for the A95L. I don't know how they judged the gaming, if it was actual gameplay, if it was game optimization, game bar, what it was. But A95L being above G3 and S95C, I don't see it. I don't see it. And this is a person that I'm sitting in front of an S95C. I have an A95L. I had a G3. I just don't see how anybody could collectively say, yeah, the A95L is the best gaming TV. That's really, really strange to me. Not to, discredit anybody in their opinions, but that was something that threw me for the loop. Make sure you guys definitely check out that video from HD TV Test about that blind shootout. All right, man. So today is Saturday. Black Friday has pretty much come and gone. Hopefully you were able to get like whatever kind of content that you were interested in getting. I see my boy Classy. He put out some content in regards to Black Friday deals. Last time I was talking about Tech with KG. That's my guy too, for sure. He was putting out some content. You also got Quantum that put out a list of Black Friday deals. And you got my boy Whisper Status. You know what I'm saying? Like, I rock with all these dudes. If you come in positive, you talking your shit, you know what you're talking about, it's all good to me. It seems like everybody was putting out a little bit of this and that. And that's where I thought I was trying to chime in, but I didn't have the resources to put together a full list. And when I say resources, that mean I didn't invest the time to go into a store to see this and that, you know what I mean? To, edit and get some content together for you. I know what I have bought, right? And so again, my channel being all about TKK, I was just telling you, hey man, that's what I bought. So again, this kind of ties in where the start of this video, I was talking about me getting the S95B. I thought I was giving you guys a great deal, and I was really hopeful that you could jump onto that, because honestly, there was no TV deal that was better than that. But that wasn't a deal. That was just, I found a clearance out TV. In any event, these guys have put out some great deals, some great lists. And I think there was some pretty good promotions. Now, one thing I'll say, and this is just like for you generally shopping, man, it doesn't appear to be, that you will get specific deals any longer for Black Friday, right? This is just across the board, like all retailers. It just seems like their content has been on sale for like the whole month, at least a couple of weeks. So you've got the opportunity to buy into it time before. It just seems like the whole month of November is really the time to buy stuff. It really does, man. Even me, like I shop a lot. I got a couple of Ralph Lauren haul videos. I actually just did a big purchase of Ralph Lauren, man. I bought like 100 white tees. I bought like 12 polo bears. I bought a ton of stuff, and it wasn't Black Friday, but I was starting to see some online opportunities that looked like they were going to be pretty close to what Black Friday deals would have been. And so it just seems like, I don't know, all of retail has just changed, which I think is a good thing. So for one, people are closed on Thanksgiving. So the stuff used to start at Thanksgiving, like open back up at 5, 6 o'clock, and then the chains will be open till like 12. And then they open back up at like 6 or 7 in the morning for Black Friday. And then boom, that was it. But typically Black Friday used to actually start Thanksgiving. And so I'm glad, Walmart did what they did, because it seems like every time Walmart does something, everybody else gets in line. Walmart says, hey, we're going to be closed Thanksgiving. Okay, everybody else is closed Thanksgiving. It's pretty great. But I'm interested in knowing, did you guys pick up any TVs or any kind of technology? Me personally, like I said, I got the S95B. I was absolutely done. don't need any TVs, don't want any new TVs really, but I'm excited to be able to show that TV and go over that TV again and see what the experience was like. Outside of that, there's nothing else that I bought. Really didn't buy any tech. Got some shoes. There's a couple pair of Jordan ones that, you know, I looked at, and Nike had like a 25% off certain models that, you know, if you put in a promotion code Black Friday, it took 25% off. I stepped on those. I got a pair of white and wheat 13 Jordans for myself and for my son. Those weren't really on the deal, but you know, just that type of stuff. So it was pretty easy peasy, regular stuff for me, man. I'm interested in knowing what you guys got. So chime down in the comment section if you caught yourself a great deal. All right, guys. So that's going to conclude this podcast, this second episode. Let me know what you think in the comment section. If you like this style of content, you know, if you got something to bring to the table, things you want covered going forward, what I probably will start doing is a poll. And I believe that I'll get to some point where I'll start doing these live where I'm not actually cutting it up. Right now, the way I'm shooting it is more video style, right? I'm sitting down, just enjoying it, but I want to be able to talk raw. So there's no second takes with these. However the language comes out, if it's vulgar or not, I'm just going to express it. But these are just some of the things that have happened over the last week and so. Some of them may be about me. Some of them may be about some of the content that I've consumed. But at the end of it all, it's all about community, right? I'm just trying to build engagement. That's what this community is about here on my channel. I just want to be able to talk about TVs, talk about technology, talk about some of the things that I'm into. I use this space as a little bit of therapy for me to just be able to ventilate, right? And I also am a mentor to a bunch of young dudes. And I'm talking about adults, cats that's like damn near my son's age. Some of them younger, some of them older than what my sons might be. So I know that I have a voice in real life, like not on the internet, but in real life. I have dozens of young men that look towards me to be some type of a positive role model. So I also utilize my time spent on YouTube to show people, hey man, listen, you can be married or you can be divorced. You can have a shit ton of kids. You can work a couple jobs, have some hustles, and still be making way to improve yourself. So that's what this is about. It's a whole journey, a whole vibe, man. So let me know what y'all think about this. If y'all wanted to keep going, I caught some motivation by just getting a couple people saying, yeah, I like this. If you're going to say you don't like it, long as it's respectful, man, I'll take the constructive criticism. For the trolls that got the multiple accounts, man, I'm just blocking you fools. I'm telling you, it's the most satisfying thing to just block a person when I see an account. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get to the point where I'm just blocking everybody. But if you're talking crazy, you definitely got no place to live here. Definitely don't. But if you're all about the positivity and you like what we're doing here, you want me to keep it going, leave me some constructive criticism. Let me know when I could have done something better so that I can make sure that I show you that, hey, man, I listen to you. Because that's all I'm going to do. All I'm going to do is take your ideas and I'm going to patent it and put it into my own style. And we're going to just keep getting better. But that's what I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to catch you on the next one. Peace, God bless. And as I always say, man, max love. We out.